Hi everyone. I thought I had a bit of an issue with my end-fed long wire last week. The SWR seemed to drift over a fairly short period of time, probably 15 or 20 minutes. I'm still being copied, but where I would have normally been heard around about 10 over 9 with 2 or 3 of the other Haas members, I was sort of getting copied at 5 and 8, 5, 9. So I've sort of inspected the antenna today. I mean, that night I literally got a torch and went outside expecting it to have sort of like fallen over, but it hadn't. And there doesn't seem to be any sort of damage anywhere. I've actually increased the height of it again a little bit, probably by, I don't know, about a metre or so. At that point there, the end of the garden, before it changes direction and goes across the garden, and also at the house, it's probably about only by maybe another half a metre or so. So in doing that, what I have then done is attached my antenna analyzer, which is Metrovna, and I've been monitoring the SWR on it for about an hour, and it's still in the green at 1 to 1.3 ish. I think it has moved a little. Okay, it's coming down again. Basically, it's basically moving up and down. It hasn't moved very much in the last hour or so. Let me just bring my phone closer to the antenna unit. Might actually be having an effect, but anyway, you get the point basically. So I don't know how much the match is supposed to drift, other than it's not really supposed to drift very much. When we have wet weather, the capacitance changes for sure to ground, and that will cause the SWR to change, but then you adjust it, and for the period of a net, which might be an hour and a half, there's not an issue. It's moving around in the wind a little bit. It's quite close at one point to the end of the G5RV, which is also sort of swinging around a little bit. It could be that. I haven't actually got the G5RV connected at the shack, so it's basically just standing there, floating effectively. Yeah, but anyway, I'll continue to monitor. As I said, been sort of looking at it now for about an hour, and it's still a very good match, 1 to 1.25, but it could be better. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it now again. Yeah, there you go. But it hasn't moved very much, so I'll just continue to monitor it. I mean, I actually got this antenna analyzer before I was actually a radio ham. I got it to actually start analysing sort of wire antennas that I had been using just for listening when I was only a shortwave. I say only a shortwave listener. You understand what I mean. Before I was a radio ham basically, and it's proven to be very useful, but obviously it's more useful to me these days as a radio amateur than it is as a shortwave listener, because as a shortwave listener or medium wave listener, I nearly always am using a magnetic loop. But there you go. So I'll continue to monitor it, and we'll see what happens. But it's all part of the glorious kaleidoscope of being a radio ham. So there you go. Well, summer. It feels like summer continues into well, beyond mid-September, which is absolutely brilliant. Love it. Don't really want the summer to end, particularly with the year that we've had. It's always nice when there's bad news on the TV, but it's a lovely day outside, so helps me anyway. Anyway, hope you're all keeping safe. I hope your shack's tidier than mine. All the best, 73.